So it's been a few days since all that Rat King stuff, and you got a couple items that you still want to learn more about, but that to figure all that out, you got to go to the sketchy part of town, and it's not really the kind of place that Kala, the priestess of harmony, is really comfortable going. Plus, I mean, she's busy helping out Lemmy get settled into his like not a rat kid anymore life. But fortunately, your friend and adventuring mate, Bear, is in town.
Yay!
There, that's what you get. That's how excited we are that Bear's in town.
The epitome of excitement. Hello there, boys and girls.
Bear, how are
Time
you?
no see.
It's good to
Bear,
see
Bear, Bear,
Yes.
how's the tavern?
I like to say every day I wake up in the tavern is a good day, and it's going very well. Business is booming. This festival coming up has really been good for the local community. And
That's
anytime that the local community is happy, I'm happy. So
that's good to
That's
hear. That's
great.
good to hear.
Back to the interesting items that we have to get, that we have to take a look at. So, you found that pair of reddish boots, and they had like scorch marks along the heel. And then you found that that spoon that just it kind of tingles when you hold it, like it just feels special. And then a really ornate box that we'll talk more about that later. So, and magic is really taboo in this town. If it's magic, it had to come from the wasteland, so it's probably cursed. So you guys are down in the sketchy part of town because you can't just go to like ye old magic shop. You got to go down by the docks, down by the river docks. And this is the place where both barges are coming in from the north and the south. They get unloaded here. Andrew, I would imagine that Graham knows this place pretty well because you come and unload things, and you got to bring things into the tavern on the square. So,
Right.
what's this place like?
So, tavern that I work at, we get shipments weekly, sometimes 2 times a week, from the docks, and so we've got to come down here all the time to get everything. And it's a busy place. There's a lot of people moving through here every day. Some people are doing official business, and some people are doing unofficial business, and some people are just loitering and hanging around and being a real nuisance to deal with. It almost has these twists and turns because people set
Oh,
up
okay.
their little table of merchandise just right on the side, or they'll have like a tray of things that they're trying to sell, and they'll come up to you, right in front of you as you're walking through, and there'll be like awnings just up, up against a building, or kind of hanging off of one of the ships that's docked. Um, just
So is it like
any
regulated? Like, is it regulated at all, or
Not
is it just kind of
not
chaos?
directly. It's sort of you don't step on my foot and I don't step on yours kind of situation. They
Okay.
they try to kind of turn a blind eye to it as long as it doesn't get anybody seriously hurt.
But is this the kind of place like if I want to buy it, I can get if I go down the right
You could
alley, I can get whatever I
as long
want?
as you know how to ask for it, you could probably get it. And as long as you know who to ask for it.
So this shop that you're looking for, um, it probably just because even though we're down in the sketchy part of town, they can't just be like, "Hey, we traded magic items here." So it's got to have some kind of front. It can't just be trading underground items. And I imagine I'm thinking about Cypher and Ashen and the kind of jobs they get into. So I'm guessing that you have had, or I'm imagining that you've had dealings with this shop, or at least like you know of its existence. You know how to get in. So yeah, Jen, tell us maybe has Ashen been here before? Like what is the shop? What's it posing as? What's the legit side of this place?
This is definitely a shop that I have been to before. Mostly my familiarity with it is because it's ran by a halfling lady who is the most unassuming little grandmother, auntie, sweet little lady you've ever met in your life. Um, when she moved in, the shop was actually built for someone more human size, so you could see about this much of her face over the little counter with the little grandma hair and her little glasses, so you kind of have to really find her when you go in. And her shop is mostly items that you would expect a small grandmother or an auntie to make crocheted doilies, little sweaters, little hats, some of them quite small, so you suspect that they're probably for animals, familiars, just crazy cat lady little sweaters kind of things. It's a little bit off-putting, so I think that most people kind of avoid her shop, which is on purpose. Like it is designed that way.
So yeah, maybe you walk in and maybe there's one other person in there kind of browsing around. So you guys, take a little time and you're checking out the walls, and then that person leaves. And then what happens next?
As soon as that person leaves, and Sai is ready for it, this little unassuming halfling behind the counter hops up on her stool and draws a small stick from her from her little grandma shawl from under it, and shoots a bolt of electricity towards Cypher. It crashes into the wall behind him, and he says, "Sally, I turned down the contract."
Graham is like, "What is happening?"
Yeah, Graham doesn't know what's going on. You guys are like diving for cover.
After a few more, shots at the wall, and you've got, small little hats flying in one direction or another,
behind it,
doilies exploding in flames, and finally, Sai managed just to calm Sally down enough. "Sally, I didn't take the contract. I didn't. I'm not going to try to shut you down. You have a good business here. I'm going to stay out of it. Everything's good."
She keeps the wand out though. She kind of is eyeing you, but she's got it at the ready just in case.
Well, you still haven't said the password.
Come on, Sally. You know me.
Rules is
All right.
rules.
I'm the fluffiest kitty.
A little louder.
I'm the fluffiest kitty.
I'm not sure I'm quite understanding you. One more time.
I am the fluffiest kitty.
Oh, well, why didn't you just say so?
And she sticks the wand back in her pocket. She goes over to the wall with all the the raccoon hats and all that, and she's like,
"All right, turn around. Everybody turn around."
And you all turn around, and you can hear her doing some clicking. She's touching things and clicking things, and she's like,
"All right, you better make it quick. He doesn't know that you're coming."
And the wall slides open, and there's a set of stairs. It's just like a closet with a set of stairs heading right down. Has Cypher or Ashton ever been here before? I'm going to say Graham hasn't, and Bear, this is your first time hanging out with these folks doing weird stuff.
I live in the sticks. This is
That's
all
right.
fancy and quite scary to me.
That's right.
I'm not surprised someone attacked Cypher, though. I've seen that happen before.
That's right. So have you been this far in? Have you had dealings with you're going to meet a guy named Daragor Stonewarden. He's a dwarf. You know his name, but have you actually met him before?
Definitely been here before. I've definitely, been in the back room before.
Okay.
I mean, this is kind of par for the course with the type of jobs I usually do.
How about Cypher?
Sai has not been down here, but he does know of Daragor.
Graham right up behind Cypher and just sort of pats his head. "Oh, who's a fluffy kid?"
As we're going down, like we're passing the walls with the hats, I see a tiny pirate hat, and I'm just gonna pluck that off the wall and say, "Auntie, just put this on my tab." And yeah,
as it right as the door opens.
Right,
yeah,
right.
like
I'm like,
okay. Okay. All right. Well, you head down these stairs, and the wood kind of rickety stairs become stone, which, I mean, you're kind of trying to make sense of how, there's a cave here. Like, you haven't hit the sewers yet. The river's so close, so it doesn't fully make sense. But I mean, this is where you go, and Ashton's been here before, so she's kind of leading the way down the stairs. So yeah, you get down to the bottom of these stairs, and there's this big iron door. There's a dwarf and a wastelander standing outside. And this wastelander is not a wastelander like Kala is. Like this guy can't hide it. He's got huge horns. He's got a big tail. So this guy is a 100% fully blooded wastelander, and he's big. Both these people at the door look scary. So the wastelander, without saying a word, he pops the door, swings in. It's a big, dark, really nice looking, I mean, probably like a large office or library. There's knickknacks and items and weapons and all sorts of weird things all over the walls. The place is full of pipe smoke. And sitting right at the desk there is a old dwarf, and he's got like goggles on with a bunch of like lenses going in and out. He's dripping things. Like his desk is a mess. And yeah, this is Daragor Stone Warden.
Ah, Ashton, yeah, you haven't been down here in a while. You haven't been getting any good jobs, things you want me to take a look at, things coming in, things coming out. Is money good?
It could be better, my friend.
Well, if you're here, you gotta have something that
Yeah,
we gotta be
right.
talking about, right? All
Right.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
Our
Well,
luck has changed.
He moves some things around. He still hasn't stood up at all. The door is closed behind you, and the only two people in the room are Daragor, and then again this big wastelander. He's just standing there with his arms folded, watching over you guys.
Graham's eyes are kind of all over the room, sort of. I've never been here before. What's that? What's this? He's looking at the sort of the muscle, going, oh, okay, gulp. We're good. Nothing to worry about. Just he's kind of sticking to Cypher a little bit. I think Cypher and Bear, sort of in between them.
I mean, Cypher, you're tall-ish. You're. I mean, you're an elf, so you're tall for a human, but you masquerade as a human, so you're kind of tall. Uh, how big is Bear?
I feel like Bear is probably like 6'2"-ish.
Okay, so he's not
Yeah,
enormous,
he's a big
but he's a
boy.
big dude. Okay, and
Yeah.
I imagine like muscular.
Yeah, I wouldn't say, he's posing in any bodybuilding contests, but
Okay,
he probably invented dad bod,
okay,
you know.
okay,
Yeah,
all right.
good barrel chest, good old thick shoulders, hairy back.
Instead of a six pack, he has a keg.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
keg. It's a keg
Right.
bod.
don't mess with
right.
him.
Right.
So as
And
you're
Bear would
looking,
be, yeah, Bear would be admiring these weaponries. Bear's fond of his years using weapons, and knows how to use one at a time that's bigger than your average weapon that many can't even lift, and knows how to use two as well. So he's admiring some of these shiny weapons.
Cypher's attention is mostly on the muscle. He's leaning up against the wall, arms crossed, trying to be, nonchalant, but has his fingers on each dagger in his bracers, just ready to draw and throw if something goes down,
okay.
but not really expecting it.
I mean, have you heard anything like Daragor? Is he known to be a guy that kind of backstabs people, or is he an honest dude?
I think he's an honest dude.
Okay.
Sai had a contract offered and took for a brief amount of time. Derigo and Sai have traded shots
Ooh.
across a dock before Sai learned the actual extent of this business.
Yeah, we will say that at least for now, Daragor hasn't noticed that it's you, or he doesn't care that it's you. He's made no
Right.
motion that he knows that it's you. So, all right. And then you're also here for the first time, Graham. You said you were looking around.
There's a few like glimmering jars of substances in different like bright color, but they have this like glow and shimmer to them. Um, Graham really doesn't know what it is, but all he can think, that has to be some really fancy alcohol.
So it seems like Ashton's kind of taking the lead here because you've worked with him before. So he's like,
all right. Okay, bring it in. What have you got for me? Let's take a look. Let's take a look.
Got some real good weird for you this time.
all right.
Oh,
Oh,
then
yes,
Graham
Graham.
kind of runs forward and brings out the satchel with the stuff.
Oh, you're the carrying guy. All right. So you dump it on the table.
You just
The
upend.
boots plump down. You put the spoon down, and then that big box. So he kind of rubs his face. He moves some things out of the way. He looks over all three of them, um, contemplating what he wants to do first. And he snatches up that spoon. And as soon as he touches it, he's like,
Oh, yeah, this is a good one.
and he's putting lenses down and looking at it. He's taking some droppers and dropping things on it. Like he licks it at one point. He's like,
I think I know what this is, but to test it, it can be a little dangerous.
and he points over where those liquids and powders were that you were looking at, Graham. And the Wastelander brings down this jar with this black powder in it, kind of a glistening purpley black powder. And he's like,
This is powdered nightshade. You can't ever taste it unless you have a spoon like this.
and he licks the whole spoon, sticks it in his mouth, shoves it in the thing. And so now it's just like this glistening thing. And he's like,
Who wants to give it a try?
I'll take the spoon and
so yeah, you eat it. You just ate deadly
Yeah.
nightshade. Nothing happens to you at all. And it's a flavor that you've never experienced before. And he's like,
What y'all have here is a spoon. You can eat whatever you want, and nothing's going to happen to you. Now, if you eat a rock, it's still going to be a rock. It's not going to be nutritious, but you can't be poisoned. You can't be diseased. You can't get sick. That's a pretty special spoon. I've seen one fork with the same enchantment.
It's a set.
Perhaps it is. Come back if you don't want it. Maybe I'll take that one off your hands.
Yeah.
all right. And then he takes those boots and he takes a look at them and he sees those scorch marks as well. Looks at the bottom. He's looking at the bottom of both of them. He kind of like scrapes a little bit off the heel, does a dropper, and there's like a little explosion that happens. And then after a few minutes of clicking them together and stuff, you can sort of see he gets that look in his eye like he's figured it out. And he's like,
All right, let's clear the center of the room here.
so he's looking straight at the door. He takes the boots, he clicks them together twice, and then slams them down on the table. There's a pretty loud explosion on his desk, and the boots launch forward and they go and smack into the wall. So he's like,
Yeah. You wear these boots, you click them together twice, and you give them a good stomp. They'll reset once every couple of hours or a day or so, but they'll get you forward about as far as you want to go. You're relatively able to control them, but they're always going to make a big sound. So make sure you know about that before you go launching yourself forward. But good find here. This is a good find.
So now he takes the box and he looks at this box. And the Wastelander actually comes over to the table when he slides the box over, and they're kind of looking at it together. You realize that for those of you that have been to the museum, like the Wasteland Museum where all the lore masters keep things, a lot of this symbology, the symbols, the carving, the design, it's got a very like similar element on it. So the box is about as big as like a little bit bigger than a shoebox, or maybe like a box boots would come in. The designs are crazy. Like I said, a bunch of writing you can't read. And it's got two handprints on the top, actually like pushed into or carved into the wood. One of them is like burnt in, and the other one is inlaid with what looks like silver. The Wastelander grabs a piece of paper and he's looking at the characters. He does some quick, he's writing some things down. He grabs a book off the shelf. They're comparing, they're kind of talking low. And after he does the translation, that's what it reads. Two different peoples, each lends a hand, one a native, one warped by the land.
This is clearly from the Wastelands. It's got a lot of ancient design on it. There's something inside of it. I'm certain of
And
it.
he kind of takes it and gives it a little shake, and you don't really hear anything, but he's like,
I am certain there's something in here, and I imagine that's what you want to get after. Which brings me to the issue of payment. I'll make you this deal. After you get into this box, you can have whatever's in it, but bring the box back to me, Ashen, and and that'll be the deal. And anything you find when you're out there dealing with this box, bring it back to me. I'll take a look at it as well. But I just want the box. I want this box for my collection. So if we've got a deal, we don't have to talk about payment at all today. What do you think about that?
While he has his own ulterior motives, I've never known him to be somebody that's going to just blatantly rip you off or to make a deal that is it his deal is always what it is on the face of. So if
To be fair.
everyone's fine with it, then I think that I am comfortable with that.
Yeah, I don't
That
think we have a use for the outside
yeah,
box. Whatever's inside is probably
right.
what's important. So,
Yeah.
sure.
All right, he's like,
All right, I'll hold you to it.
he lifts up his hand and he's got this big ring on it. He gives it 2 clicks, click, click, and then he reaches out his hand to shake with you, Ashen.
I mean, this is I've been through this before. It's par for the course for him. So
Yep.
sure.
So you reach out, you grab
Yeah.
hands. There is a bit of a wah, 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 that kind of goes around and maybe a little glow around your hands. He's like,
All right, the deal's set. Well, best of luck. Have fun with those boots, whoever's going to end up using them. They're pretty wild, but don't use them out in town or you're going to get all of us in trouble.
So what's the golden shimmering one? I haven't seen something like that before. What's that one?
so Daragor, he kind of gives you a wink and he's like,
Why don't I show you? It's a pretty simple potion that has a magical quality.
and he points to it and the Wastelander brings it over to him. And he's like,
What? Why don't you come up and we'll let you demonstrate it on yourself. Come on over here. Come on. Don't be afraid.
I licked the spoon.
Okay.
Somebody else can.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Okay.
you want to see it, Graham, so come
Sure,
on down.
sure. I'm always down to try new alcohols.
Yeah. So he's like,
All right. Have it ready to go. Give me your hand.
Okay. And he like makes a cup out of his hand.
well, no, he wants to grab onto your arm. He's like,
Put your arm in my hand.
Okay.
so the moment your arm touches it, he grabs your hand and stabs you with his letter opener, just right through your hand. Bam. Yeah, right on the desk.
Oh,
And then rips it back out. And then he's like,
Take a drink.
Graham like snags the bottle and kind of nurses it a little bit, almost like a bottle.
yeah, well, and you take like you take the first little bit and you look down at your hand and the wound just regenerates and closes right up. And he's like,
This is about as simple as a potion comes. It heals you. The magic that our priests and priestesses have has been captured in this simple potion, and it'll mend you up just like that. Why don't you take that one? Take that one with you. It's all good. We're all
Thank
friends
you.
here. You can just take it with you. Cork it up. It's done enough.
Yeah.
Just take it with you. Yeah, you can use that some other time.
It tastes kind of like a hug feels.
That's right. That's exactly what it tastes like.
It's
that
like
exa-
warm. Thank you.
Well, I'm going to get back to work here, so my man will see you out.
so you guys were in there for a bit of time. You probably came in the afternoon. We'll say you met Bear around lunchtime. You guys had some lunch. You caught up on old times, talked about what was going on, and then then headed over here. So it's getting into the evening. Things are like coming to a close. Barges have been unloaded. You've done what you came to do. So as you're leaving, you're walking past the main part where the river barges come in from the farmlands. Just some of the kind of people that the Bear knows bring their barges in here. And what you see is, well, you remember Arnold from the tavern, the big jerk that is always bothering people. Yeah, you remember. I remember you talking about like the type. So he
Tie
works
his
that.
shoelaces together the last time.
Yeah. So he works down here. Him and his boys, that call themselves the King's Men. They are there on the docks, and from afar, you can see that there's a group of halflings that are like pointing at this barge, and they're having some kind of argument, and all of the like Arnold's standing there like pointing back at him, and then the rest of the guys are just kind of like lounging around like laughing. It's clear they're done with work or they're drinking and having a good time. So as you get a little bit closer, you've got to walk by this to get onto the main drag to get back to town. you recognize that the halfling that's arguing with him, this is not like a commoner halfling from out in the farmlands. No, this is Master Barnaby Butterbuns. Like this is the halfling representative on the city council. So I mean, this is like the head halfling, and you can hear him. He's like,
This is unacceptable. This barge, it's been here for days, and we have a contract, and you will unload it.
and the workers are laughing, and it's kind of going back and forth, and Arnold's just kind of like blowing him off. And you see Arnold, he just shakes his head and he turns away. And Master Butterbuns reaches out to like grab onto the, like his jacket to kind of pull him back, gives it a little tug, and Arnold turns around and just backhands this halfling who goes flying and like hits the ground and kind of rolls a little bit. And all the kingmen like erupt with laughter, and the rest of the halflings are kind of cowering.
I am already in front of him with my daggers
Graham is emboldened by that potion. Like he's like, oh, I can do
Nice.
and it's not gonna matter. This is on. He's like, hey, just huge, immediate, like, hey, and then he takes off. Arnold.
And Arnold looks over at you. And like, so Ashton, you're standing kind of between him and the other guys. And like, he hasn't even really noticed that you're there because he's over his shoulder laughing with his guys. And then Graham, you throw your shirt on the ground.
Right.
And
just throw my shirt on the ground. I'm like,
For dramatic
Arnold.
effect.
I throw the shirt that's landed on my head off of my head.
That's why Arnold can't see you. Yeah, so he looks over and he's like,
All right. This is the day I've been waiting for. You're always in my business, trying to be big, cool guy at the tavern, and you can't get things done. Well, now there's nobody to protect you. Isn't that right, boys?
and two of the guys like stand up and start walking forward. Two of them are kind of hanging around in the back, and you can see there one of them's like kind of tossing a rock in his hand. The other guy's like juggling some bottles. And Arnold starts, he slides on some brass knuckles. One of his boys picks up like a rope, like a big heavy rope, and just starts swinging it around. And then the other guy's like picked up a 2x4 or something. These are all pretty big dudes. These are dudes that work down here unloading things, big guys.
Yeah. So Sai draws an arrow, pulls back, points it at Arnold's face for a second, and then straight up and cuts a rope with a block and tackle on it. And it falls down at Sai's feet, and he picks it up, gives it a couple of swings.
What is Bear? I imagine you didn't like bring your giant weapons down here.
Right. No, I didn't expect to be weaponizing this nice visit into the big city.
That's right.
So you know how when you're moving logs or any type of large objects, you take kind of a small log or some type of large stick, as leverage to kind of push things. I see one of those things. It looks like it will take two hands to grab and swing, and I can see the beef that's happening between Graham and this fine specimen of idioticness, but I do see his two backups behind. So I grab that little leverage stick. It's basically a small tree that's been trimmed, and on one end of it's got a little bit of leather, so it's easy to hold on to. So I'm basically swinging a small tree.
I think maybe while they're distracted by Bear picking up an entire tree, I'm going to kind of sneak around the back of a couple of crates that are sitting nearby and kind of get in position.
Like underneath the shirt, you just like see a shirt kind of like sneaking.
Right, just a little shirt.
While everybody is focused on this giant guy with a tree who normally isn't a part of your crew, he's not as big as Arnold is, but he's clearly as strong with what he's picking up. You are easily able to slide to the side and kind of get back.
Ram steps forward so that he is like not quite within striking distance, but just a step away from it, and he says, "Apologize to that man."
And he closes the distance, steps up to you, and is like,
"Make me."
Okay.
All right, yeah, we won't even roll for initiative. We'll let you get a hit in,
Yeah.
and then we'll roll for initiative after
he
that. So
he invited me to.
yeah,
So
It's a
That's true.
polite
Graham's
invitation.
gonna go for the 1-2.
all right.
First one going straight for the stomach.
Oh, I love that.
And that's a hit.
Okay.
And then the second one, I don't know if he's actually gonna double over from that first one, but the second one is going for the face.
Okay. He doesn't full on double over. This guy's taken some hits before. So you punch him in his stomach. He wasn't ready for it. Then he gets his hands up. So his hands are up ready for your second punch. Come give me some damage.
That's 6 for the first and 9 for the second.
So he takes the hit. He likes it. He like kind of spits to the side and a tooth flies out. And now it is on. The first thing that's going to happen is you guys have been focused right here on the dock. So you got Arnold in the middle. You got guy with a rope on one side. You got guy with a like 2x4 on the other side. And then in the back, we've got, bottle guy and rock guy. What you haven't noticed is there's another guy that's a part of this crew. He's up working a crane. So the first thing that happens is this crane comes swinging right for you, Bear, because you are the biggest threat. So I want you to make me a normal dexterity roll as you're going to try and dodge out of the way of this crane smashing into your face.
Ooh, this tree is slowing me down. I do not make this roll.
Ooh. Oh, all right. So you get smacked in the face. It doesn't do a ton of damage. You're going to take 3 points of damage as you get knocked, but you are flung off of the dock, splashed into the water. You're going to have to miss your next turn or figure it out as you get out. We got bottle guy and stone guy trying to throw at Cypher because you're not really up in the combat yet. One of the bottles is going to catch you in the shoulder. You're going to take 5 points of damage as some of the glass cuts through your leather and gets into your body. The other guys kind of surround you, Graham. So you got a guy punching you and a guy swinging at you because they're all right there in your face. So we got 2 punches coming from Arnold. He's a little bit pissed. Ooh, he's going to miss with both of them. So you hit him good enough. You knocked him off balance. Then the guy swinging with the big stick is going to miss as well. Man, you're lucking out here.
Oh, wow. I mean, I'm ready for it.
The guy with the rope is going to catch you. He's going to catch you right down in the legs. It doesn't take you down. You don't fall over, but you're taking 6 points of damage as the big knot at the end of his rope flail pops you. All right, and with that, all of my folks have gone. Trent, we know that Bear is. Are you getting out of the water back on the docks, or are you trying to do something else?
I'm getting out of the water. I'll take my turn to get out of the water and make my way as close as I can to the guys behind.
So you're going to try and pull away rope guy and
and 2x4 guy.
2x4 guy. No, I like that. So yeah, you get out. You bellow something ridiculous at them. You got like a taunt that you'd yell at these guys as you're getting out of the water.
Well, yeah, since I'm hurt.
Stay over here.
Yeah, so you come out of the water like your eyes are on fire. Whether they want to or not, they step aside and ready for your charge. Ashton, you're in a position where you could do some range stuff if you want, or you can sneak around further.
I am definitely sneaking my way towards Crane Guy.
Okay. So you want to take this turn to sneak into a real good position, like right behind him?
Yes.
Yeah, too easy. You're now like right behind him. You like his head is right in front of you, and he's laughing and working these crane operations. Cypher, what are you doing?
All right, I'm running forward. I'm gonna take my block and tackle. I'm gonna swing it at Arnold's legs.
Oh, all right.
And that does look like a hit.
Is it your intention to knock him down, or do you just want to deal as much damage as you can?
Yes.
I see. Well thought.
I mean, I'm not swinging from the back of his legs, so I'll take his kneecaps out if.
Give me some. Yeah, roll me some damage then.
8 damage.
All right, we'll give him 8 damage, and let me see if he falls over. No, he's super sturdy. So you knock him in the legs, but I mean, you guys knew this going in. Arnold's not a guy that you mess with. Arnold is a tough guy. He's probably been in a bunch of fights before and likes it. So you get him right there in the legs. Graham, we're on to you.
Graham, his intention was to go for 2 more hits. Arnold does dodge that first hit. And so the second one hits him square in the jaw. And we'll see how much damage that does. 8 for that one.
He's taking it. He's liking it. I mean, this is his jam. He's kind of laughing as this happens. He has wanted to square off with you for some time, and now it's his turn. All right, so yeah, this time he does swing against you, and he's gonna clock you pretty good. The first hit is gonna do 7, and
Oh,
the
okay.
second hit is gonna do 5. So 2 good punches right back at you. He's like got it in his stride now, and he gets 2 hits. The 2 guys
Oh,
charging at you, Bear. We got the guy swinging the rope that he's swinging. It goes right over your head as you're just charging right in on him. You're getting
Mhm.
just in too close. But that guy with the 2x4, he gets a good clock into the side of you, and you're gonna take. You're gonna take 7 points of damage too. So he knocks you
oh,
really good in the side, oosh, right in the side.
Got it.
But I mean, that doesn't bother you at all because you're in rage. You're in rage mode.
That's right.
Um, Mike, you've moved in close, but the guys are still trying to throw things into the melee. Ooh, yeah, one of them gets you. We'll say it's the rock guy this time. So you get clocked with a rock right in your body for 5 points of damage. Right. Last but not least, the guy who's working the crane. He takes this turn to roll the crane back up. He pulls it back up, and now he's kind of trying to figure out who to swing it at next. Now that everybody's in close, he doesn't really have a good shot, so he's just trying to get it just right. Which brings us back to y'all. Let's start with the main event here. Graham, what's going down between you and Arnold? You guys are squared
that,
off real good.
yeah, that hurt a lot. And so Graham's thinking, like, okay, should I go ahead and drink that? I think,
Oh, you're just trying to start swigging your golden juice there?
well, I think he's thinking like, man, if I get hit like that again, I'm going down, and I'm not going down.
All
This is
right.
not, this is not going to end.
Okay, so you take a swig. You'll still get one attack. You're a
Yeah.
brawler.
He's done some flair bartending a little bit. He knows how to, pick up and put down a bottle real
There
quick.
you go.
He bites the cork off, spits it in his face, chugs the rest of that potion, and then smashes the bottle on top of Arnold's head. Um, oh my. That's a crit.
That's what we wanted to hear. All right, give me some
That's a
damage.
crit. All right,
That
let's roll some damage for this. We're gonna do 8 and 9.
8 and 9. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, so that's a bunch of damage, and
Right.
he's with that giant hit right over his head. You've cut his head. There's blood running down to his eye. He staggers back, kind of completely unaware of where he is or what's going on. That was a
Yeah,
huge
he's
hit that he
done.
just took. Yeah, totally stunned. He's still on his feet. He's got a good base to him, so he's still on his feet, but he is definitely staggered back. The guys throwing the bottles and the rocks, they kind of like see this, and it is of concern to them. But the other 2 guys that are over there fighting against you, Bear, they don't know what's going on, so they are still, hell bent on your destruction. Let's go to Ashen. Ashen, you've snuck into position. This guy's right there in your sights. What happens?
Okay, can you first tell me, like, as far as fantasy world cranes go, is this how is this operated? What is this running on?
Like levers and
Pulleys.
that sort,
Yeah.
yeah,
Pure
pulleys and
mechanical.
levers. So he's like
Yeah.
standing at a we'll call it a control panel, but it's more of just like the thing that he's using to hold on to it to manually turn the crane this way and that, and then do some winches to
Okay.
move things up and down.
Okay, he's standing, even better. My action for now is I'm taking Graham's shirt and I am slinging it over his head, around his eyes, and yanking.
Yeah, you have no problem doing that. You get it over his head. He's totally confused. He's reaching back, trying to grab at you. Why don't you go ahead, since you're surprising him, go ahead and make me an easy strength roll.
Okay.
You're not the
Strength is
strongest. You're not the strongest
not
little
good.
halfling gal,
No.
but you have surprised this guy, and you've got Graham's stinky shirt over his head.
I did get a 12.
Okay, yeah, so good enough. Like, are you on his back, like riding him piggyback, like just like trying to choke him out?
I hadn't planned on that, but I'm probably not tall enough to get it over his head without doing that. So,
All right, so
yeah,
you're riding,
sure.
yeah, you're on his back, choking him out. He's reaching back. He's kind of staggering around. So you've effectively eliminated that threat for now. Bear, you got your tree. You're soaking wet, and you're
Right.
really angry.
And I've got two guys. One threw a rope and missed me, and another one with a 2x4 who didn't miss me. So I turned to the one who missed me with the rope, and I say, and then I swing at the one with the 2x4, and I try to subdue him, but I hit hard. So I subdue for 21 damage. Let's see how subdued he is.
He goes flying into his other buddy. They both knock together. The other guy takes a little bit of damage. They're still up, but they are now more concerned than they have ever been because they're both physically larger than you, but they had no idea.
Right. I would like to continue to move forward and look at them with intimidation in my eyes and basically make them go away. It's as if I'm throwing people out of my bar.
And it's clear, yeah, you've lost control a little bit, and yeah, you are.
It happens sometimes when I get angry.
You are heading towards them, swinging the thing, just yelling. In your mind, you're putting together coherent words, but all we're hearing is just like
right. Makes sense to
screaming
me.
bear sounds coming out of it. All right, let's go over to Cypher. What do you got?
All right. So Sai is going to take that block and tackle and swing it over his head and around and under to uppercut Arnold. And as it does, Sai says, "Special delivery."
Go ahead and do max damage on this hit because he's stunned. There's nothing he's doing to stop it. So you clock him real good. How much damage are you doing?
Then that will be 12.
Things are like going poorly quick. The guy that's got the shirt over his face, he is staggering around, and eventually he gets the idea that he's just gonna like smash up against a wall. So make me a normal constitution check for you to see if you can withstand some of this smashing that he's doing, or if you're gonna have to let go.
Smashing works.
Ooh, smashing works. All right, so he smashes you up against the wall. You don't take a ton of damage from it. You take 2 points of damage, but you release your grip. He goes staggering forward, trying to catch his breath because you've been joking about this whole time, and then you fall to the ground. You have a moment. Do you want to like roll back into cover, roll back into hiding?
Can I tie his shoelaces together?
The good old shoelaces tying. Yeah, look, go. You know what? That's going to be difficult to do while he's staggering around. If you can make me a hard dex check, we will say you scamper in there fast enough and get his shoelaces tied together.
You know what? Let's try it.
Give it a go.
Oh man, fingers are crossed.
What was it? A hard day? Nope, that did not happen.
So you are like when he finally gets the shirt off of his head, you're like on the ground, like looking up at him, like yeah. So he'll probably next turn, if things don't go different, he's gonna be stomping on your head. The two guys that are throwing the rocks and everything, they're chilled out and they're kind of putting things down, realizing that their side may be going poorly. The guys backing up are making some defensive swings against you, Bears.
Stay away from me.
Yeah, so the 2x4 guy, he's not getting in range. He's just sort of like blocking. The rope guy, though, he's able to get a good hit in, and he's gonna do 7 points of damage. He's trying to stay away, but he clocks you with the side of that thing as they are backing up. And again, Arnold's face is bloody. He's been cut by that bottle. He's probably got a bloody lip. He's lost a couple of teeth, and he is coming back to himself, realizing where he is and the trouble he's in. What is Ashen doing? You're laying on the ground underneath this dude who's about to stomp on your face.
Despite what I want to do, I should probably tuck and roll.
Escape.
Probably the smart thing.
Now, are you trying to escape? If you just want to like roll out of the way and get into a position where you can fight this guy, no problem. You can do that without a roll. If you're trying to like roll out and like do something where he can't find you or you get away, we're doing a dex check. What do you want to do?
Oh no, I wasn't going to disengage. I was just rolling out of the stomp.
Okay, yeah, then you very easily. You're a pretty dexterous gal. You do like a back roll and then you're up. What are you doing, Graham?
Graham is gonna appeal to him one more time and say, either you call all your buddies off apologize to us and that man, or this isn't going to end well for you. And he has a split second to respond before Graham's going to go in for a hit.
In the split second that you give him, he puts his hands up, and it looks like he's trying to say something, but you've messed up his mouth like big time. And he kind of like mutters enough, like a grunt, that the other guys that are fighting against you, Bear, they are no longer offensively doing anything against you. It's now all kind of like defensive blocking as you are still coming at them. And you guys have been with Bear before. You know that like he can't stop what's going down. So unless everybody's eliminated or somebody talks him down, he's gonna mess some folks
Just
up
totally murder somebody.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dart for Bear.
Okay, so you're heading over to
Hey, big guy, sun's going down kind of moment.
yeah. exactly.
So the block and tackle, it's usually 2 ropes, around. So I'm just gonna go over behind Bear and just try to get around his upper arms. Say, hey buddy, let's not kill anybody tonight.
Bear, how does that work?
I of course feel him over my left shoulder, and I say,
You know what's better than 1 tree? 2 trees. And I break the tree over my knee, and then I take a deep breath and go, What?
As you come to yourself. All right, so you've calmed down over there, and Arnold kind of picks himself up, and he kind of mutters like, whatever, whatever. Like,
Not good enough.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Graham, like, if that is the first thing that comes out of his mouth is whatever, Graham is like not good enough, goes for a groin punch, and then pushes to try to get him to fall in.
Right, make 2 rolls as you pop him and pop him.
He's going for it. Yes. So both of them are hits. I don't need it to hurt him. I need it to set him off balance. So
well, yeah, it's gonna hurt him too. So you're gonna like punch him right in the groin, and then you like do some awesome spin kick. He goes flying off the dock, splashing into the water. He is like out cold there in the water, and all of his buddies are like, what do we do? They like
go in after
disengage.
him.
Yeah,
He's gonna drown. Get him. Come on.
And so then they like disengage, scoop him up, they drag him. There's a couple of them that are like maybe yelling something like, this isn't over, like that kind of like stupid, just like
as they run away.
face.
I'm like, hey, wait. And I try to smack him awake.
No, like they're taking. I'm like, you're gonna chase him down the road. Like they're taking.
Yeah, because I need him to apologize. Like that's the whole thing happened. He needs to apologize to this man.
All right, you start smacking him in the face. You're back and forth. He like you have knocked him out.
Hey Bear, take that guy to apologize.
Okay. All right. So then I'll
Point at
go
one of
over and pick up this, boss thug, and I'll bring him over to the halfling, and almost like a puppeteer. He says he's sorry. He's really, really sorry. He'll never do it again. And then I throw him into the water.
And all of his buddies, they jump in again. They grab him. Like now they're apologizing. They're like,
Right.
Look, we're sorry. Like, what, it was a great brawl. Like, thanks so much for teaching us a lesson.
And you're gonna unload his thing first thing in the morning, right?
They're like, yes, sir. We absolutely will. We'll make sure that we get it done. We're sorry, Master Butterbuns. Like we apologize. Please don't hurt us. Please don't hurt us anymore.
I'm just
Please
gonna
don't hurt us
pick
anymore.
up Graham's shirt and look at the crane guy and just say, "Your mother's very disappointed in you," and walk off.
He's like, yes, ma'am. Yes, she certainly is. Mamma mia.
I'll toss Graham his shirt.
Graham gets his shirt back.
Graham catches it and just kind of like throws it over his shoulder like a bar rag,
Nice.
and he's like, I need more potions. That
Oh,
was
no.
awesome.
Oh no.
You're not going to turn
One
into like
vice
a
to another.
drunken brawler. Is going to be your new class.
That was awesome.
So, once like everything calms down, I mean, Master Butterbuns, he got hurt a little bit, but he's up and he approaches you and he's just like,
I really want to thank you, my friends. It was certainly was overly kind of you. And, I think that I might have a job for you, a very simple job, a way that I can say thank you. If you could meet me, let's say tomorrow afternoon at the Tavern on the Green, in the Tavern on the Square, and I'll lay it out for you. What do you think about that?
Will it be anywhere near as fun as that was?
I don't know that I can promise that much fun, although it didn't look like much fun to me. But I certainly can tell you it will be lucrative. Do we have a deal, friends?
Sounds just as good to me.
It's a deal.
All right.
and with that offering lingering out there, I think that's probably a good time to leave it. So thank you all for the session tonight, and we will see you next time for the deal that Master Butterbuns has for you.
It's exciting.